Hey everybody, it's Matt Allbritton, owner of One Source Roofing and Restoration. I'm just going to do a quick educational video here to describe felt or underlayment is the better material that goes right underneath the shingles. And this is your next layer of protection. So when we're replacing a roof, we don't just remove the shingles. There's a lot that goes into a roofing system. And today I'm going to talk about that felt. Okay, so being what I just said, you have the felt right under the shingles. So when we remove the shingles, that's the next layer. That's your next protection. So the shingles get removed, water penetrates through the shingles. You got one more layer of protection under there to make sure water doesn't start dripping through the decking, rotting out the decking, and then getting into the house. So one thing that we notice that I want to describe is very frequently when we remove a roof, we notice that there's not just one layer of felt, which there should be. There's often two layers of felt, and then there's what we've been seeing very frequently in a certain neighborhood that we've been removing roofs, doing roof replacements, is we've been seeing 3 layers of felt. And this isn't just like good synthetic underlayment. This is 15-pound felt, which is old school felt. We have better technology now. So if you were to grab, I should have got a demonstration for you, but if you were to grab a 15-pound piece of felt and you hold it like this and you rip it, it's going to rip like a piece of paper. That's concerning because that's your next layer of felt. So you have likely a lot of ripped felt paper underneath your shingles if that's what you have underneath. Now, the new thing is called synthetic underlayment. I met with this guy who was like a big bodybuilder guy, and I said, hey, rip this, and he was just like easy peasy. And then I asked him to rip up synthetic underlayment, and he couldn't do it. So the point is that it's a great material to have underneath your shingles. This is the problem though. This is what other roofers do. They will, instead of removing the layer of felt, they will add on a layer of felt. They do this because it saves money. It saves them labor because the crews will typically charge more for removing an extra layer. It's more work on them, a good deal more work on them to remove a layer of felt. And so they will just not do that, and then they won't, it's just it does save them time, but it saves them money. That's the main thing. So they'll add another layer on top. You want to do that. This is why. You want to remove all the shingles, everything underneath. You want to get all the way down to the decking because you want to be able to see if anything is rotted. Because if anything is rotted, you need to replace that. So every job we bring some sheets of OSB with us in case there's rotted decking underneath, because it's very frequent that there is, because more than likely the previous roofer did not remove the felt paper and never checked to see if there was rotted decking. So you have years and years and years of roofers just adding another layer, not checking for rotted decking. The best time to check if it's rotted is when you're getting your roof replaced. And if you do it so much here, you'll be able to know that the decking is rotting, and so you won't get any water in your house. So it often looks like this. So you have a roof, and then let's just say this is the decking part of your roof, and then you have felt, and then what happened, this is how it should be, and then you have your shingles. That's it. And in your valleys, you have what's called ice and water shield. But in general, you should just have your decking, your underlayment, your shingles. Now what happens is roofers will just have the decking and then the felt, and let's call this a layer of felt, and then they'll add another layer of felt. You got decking, and this now 3 layers of felt, and then they put on top of that the shingles. You don't want to do that. You need to check for rotted decking. We've had 3 roofs now within the last 2 weeks that we've replaced where there's been 3 layers of 3 layers of felt. And so guess what we do? We pay our crew, don't charge the customer anymore. We might get reimbursed from the insurance company, but they don't even do that a lot because it's not on them. It's not their fault. The roofing companies are doing this. But we will remove shingles. We'll remove top third layer of felt, second layer of felt, bottom layer of felt, and then we'll notice some rotted decking somewhere. Replace it. Get some new OSB in there. Make sure they're complete. Add one layer of synthetic underlayment, and then the shingles. So that's how you need it. When you're replacing a roof, you have to remove everything to see. Now, if it's like a really low slope, under a 412, which is just essentially like, if you have a roof that's like this, it's just probably even less than that. So more like this. See, there's just a slight tilt. If you have a really low slope roof like this, it's okay to have multiple layers of felt, but even better than that is you actually want to have ice and water. What we put in the valleys, it's called ice and water shield. It's a rubbery material that protects, it sticks right there. So you want to definitely make sure that your roofer is removing all the layers of felt and then replacing it with a high quality synthetic underlayment, and then puts the shingles back on. Because if you don't, that's another, I think the average is about 7 years here in North Texas that people are getting the roof replaced. That's another 7 years of potential water getting through, rotting out your decking and getting into your home. And that creates a real problem if you notice that later, an expensive problem. So make sure the roofers are taking care of it now if you have to get your roof replaced, so you don't run into that in the future. All right, y'all let me know if you have any questions.